Wendy from Divine Spark Yoga. Today I'm going to show you a dynamic hamstring stretch. I love this particular stretch because not only is it dynamic in its movements, it's starting to really warm and wake and pump the hamstring muscle, but it also teaches us how to maintain the natural curve of our lumbar and a neutral pelvis while moving through a dynamic movement. This is important because where the hamstrings originate in their attaching in the body is way up deep into the pelvis where the sit bones reside. And so you can imagine that if your hamstrings are tight and you're not properly stretching them, that tightness can start to pull down on the sit bones in a way that it pulls your low back into the wrong position. So for those of you who have super tight hamstrings, this particular movement may not seem that big of a movement or deep of a movement, which you'll see on me as well because my hamstrings are quite tight as well. So the way we set up is I highly recommend having blocks or bricks, and you'll see that I have mine set on the highest level. And we're going to come to a high lunge position. You'll place your hands on the blocks. You'll step your right leg forward, curling the back toes and lifting the back knee into the high lunge. Now you do want to make sure that your feet are hip width distance so that your hips can square forward in space and that the back leg stays firm and strong. As your hands are set on the blocks are directly under your shoulders to keep your shoulders integrated on your back. So the first position is just here, and this is the inhale, keeping a long spine. As you exhale, you're going to start to straighten your front leg any amount that you can maintain your lumbar curve and your heart forward. So for me, this is it, and you can see that my front knee is still bent. Now if I were to just straighten the front leg, this would happen. My sit bones would curl up under me, I would lose the lumbar curve, and even my shoulders would start to round. So that's incorrect. Again, you want to see if you can maintain the lumbar curve by spreading your sit bones and starting to reach your heart forward. So we inhale to the lunge and exhale, lift. And inhale to the lunge and exhale, lift. Now I'll show you the incorrect way again, which I see so often in people. That's incorrect. So, again, heart is forward on the inhale, exhale, lift. There's an internal rotation of our femur bones, which spreads our sit bones, particularly as we come into this position. So you would do that several rounds on that side. When you're ready to come out of it, drop the back knee, slide the front foot back, and switch. And exhale, lift, and inhale, bend. One more thing I want to note here is that as we maintain the internal rotation of the femur bones, which is the lumbar curve, by the way, if we don't maintain the internal rotation of the femur bones, it's that kind of other curve that we don't want. So as I maintain the internal rotation, it actually allows me to turn on my functional core muscles. Otherwise, the core is off. So the back is supported here in a really, really healthy way. I hope that is helpful for you. I always enjoy bringing you these videos. If you have questions, comments, or would like to get in touch with me, find me on the web at divinesparkyoga.com.